My name is Alvin Miller, and I'm the webmaster of my site at Angelfire, www.angelfire.com/crazy/spaceman. I've been the webmaster for over a decade. This will be a brief overview of the work that I've been doing for the last decade. And on this episode, I won't have any guests. And in this overview, I will skim over a lot of details that I hope in future episodes that I will be able to elaborate on and expand on. So I recommend that if you're interested in what I have to say, plan on coming back and checking back later, and I'll have additional episodes to explain where I'm coming from. People, the end is near. It really is near. This is the very last days of the very last generation. And that sounds silly, it sounds laughable even, but it's in fact, this is the very end time that Jesus had prophesied. All the signs are being fulfilled. This is the last generation. Now, the fundamentalists have listed in many places, many of the fundamentalists have listed all the outward signs. They were well known. They were prophesied by Jesus. The prime example, of course, is the founding of the state of Israel in 1948. That was the actual beginning of the prophetic clock. This was outward signs, which is to say that those are the signs that anyone can see. And again, fundamentalists have listed the numerous outward signs that we are in the very end times, the end of the world. This is the end. The apocalypse is here. So, but in addition to the outward signs, Jesus had prophesied the spiritual signs. And one of the prophecies in the New Testament is that in the time of the end, many will run to and fro, and knowledge will be increased. What we see now in our lives, we see all around us, a frenzy, an accelerating pace of life. It's no accident. This was prophesied. And the knowledge is increased. We have people who are scholars who know quite a bit, but they each talk past each other. We aren't listening to each other. Everybody is throwing in their contributions, but we're talking right directly past each other. We're not listening to each other. The ancient Vedic Hindu story of the blind men and the elephant. The blind men could only see part of the story. They couldn't perceive the overall elephant. In other words, some men would see the tail, some men would see the snout of the elephant, but no one was able to discern the actual elephant. We have people talking past each other, and no one's listening to each other. We have a literal Tower of Babel, in which all the voices are conflicting, and no one can agree with each other. Now, Paul had prophesied this accelerating pace of the tribulational birth pangs. We are right very close to the actual rapture. And Paul had said that we will see this falling away. We indeed, as we run frantically to and fro, we are in fact riding the handbasket right straight down the road toward hell. And we, in our descent, Paul again had said in Thessalonians that a supernatural restrainer will hold back sin and lawfulness. In other words, the restrainer will keep humanity, keep the world from going completely to hell. But in fact, we are descending straight toward hell, and only because of the restrainer, we have not actually gone completely to hell. We're well on the way, and this was prophesied by Jesus and Paul. Now, as the Holy Spirit has been removed, sin has attempted to obtain dominion over all of mankind. Paul called it the apostasy. And in the rebellion of men, even the men who call themselves Christians would actually attempt to supplant God from his position. But in particular, specifically, what we see are militant, progressives, secularists, atheists, liberals, who actively persecute and coercively attack Christianity. These progressives and liberals are in direct rebellion against God and attack God, and they try to storm heaven by force. This was predicted. What we have is the Tower of Babel. They attempt to replace God with government, and they justify the huge government that we have here in the West, in the United States in particular, the government that steals the wealth and redistributes that wealth to others. Redistribution, so that it's what you call other people's money. That is to say, the government steals money from some and then gives it to others by force, by gunpoint. And that's what we see here in the West, in the United States in particular. Humanity, collective humanity, all of us, we are at a pivotal point here. This is the cusp of the new age, or as the New Agers or the new cultural spiritualists say, the new paradigm. We are at the cusp, at a shift point, and we collectively as humanity will have the option of shifting into higher dimensions, higher possibilities, an out of the world paradigm shift. This is a possibility that we have, and it comes down to, we have either the apocalypse, the end of the world, and or metamorphosis, that humanity is given the option of changing behavior, or total destruction of humanity. Many of us, have no longer human. We've no longer become, we stopped being human, where some of us have become actual monsters. As we descend straight toward hell, some of us are actual monsters. And that's people that you can see every day around you, the way they behave, the awful things they do. Some of us are monsters. Your neighbors, the people you see on the streets every day, some of these people are actual monsters. And at the same time, a handful of people, also no longer human, have the option of becoming gods, plural. That is to say, people who will assist all of humanity in making this transition, this paradigm shift, this metamorphosis, as we get ready for the very final battle. This is Armageddon. And you better get ready, people. The final battle. And as prophesied, this is a bloodbath that was prophesied by John of Patmos in the book of Revelation. The end time bloodbath. And those people, we might call them gods, will have the power, first of all, to fight the awful monsters that are starting to appear. And this final battle between the gods and the monsters is what is called the cleansing period. The cleansing period is a period in which the earth will come back into balance again. We have literally billions and billions of what we call humans who are not actually human. There are billions of people on this planet who literally should not be here. And we are getting ready to go into the cleansing period in which the gods in the final battle will once again balance the earth. And at the end of that period, many, many human beings will be removed. It's called secret rapture, prophesied in the New Testament. Now, this is just a brief overview. I got many other topics that I discussed, so I request that you go to my site at angelfire.com/crazy/spaceman. Use my guest book to put down comments either pro or con. I'm always open to all suggestions from anyone. Use my guest book, and I'll leave them on my site for other people to read. So check back now for future episodes. And at that time, I'll go into more detail on specific aspects of the end time events. People get ready. The secret rapture is coming. The end is near. You better get ready. Thank you until next time.